Picture this. A man loses everything. His job, his status, his power. He's exiled, humiliated, forgotten. But instead of breaking, he writes down the raw truths he'd learned from watching rulers rise and fall. Those notes became the most feared book on power ever written. His name, Machiavelli. Why does this matter to you? Because the same dark, timeless wisdom that once guided kings and emperors still decides who wins and who gets crushed today. And here's the twist. At the very end of this video, I'll reveal the ultimate principle, the one game changer Machiavelli never dared to fully write. But that explains everything. Once you get it, you'll never see people the same way again. So let's start with the first truth, the one shaping your life right now, whether you know it or not. Law 1. The world runs on masks. Humans don't see reality. They see what they want to see. That's why the most powerful weapon you'll ever hold isn't money or muscles. It's your mask. Politicians do this. Celebrities do this. Even your boss probably does this. They perform. They look like leaders, so people treat them like leaders. Here's the psychology. It's called impression management. Psychologists have proven people don't evaluate you by who you really are, but by the story your appearance tells. Think about Instagram. The broke guy posing next to a rented Lamborghini still gets more admiration than the hardworking guy saving quietly. Why? The mask wins. And if you're clinging to keeping it real without strategy, congratulations. You've just made yourself the most predictable person in the room. But here's the twist. Later in this video, I'll show you how the mask itself can become your shield, not just a performance. Law 2. Fear lasts longer than love. Love fades. Fear sticks. That's just how human memory works. History proves this. Look at leaders like Stalin or even ruthless CEOs. People didn't love them, but they obeyed. Why? Because consequences are unforgettable. Here's the brutal psychology. The brain has a negativity bias. That means we remember threats and pain longer than kindness. That's why one betrayal can haunt you for years, but 10 compliments fade in a day. This doesn't mean go full villain. It means don't rely on affection as your main tool. Respect and fear of consequences last longer than warm feelings. Quick test. Think about the last person who disrespected you. Did they act out of lack of love or lack of fear? Exactly. Law 3. Never reveal the whole truth. Oversharing is self-sabotage. Weak people dump their secrets, their plans, their vulnerabilities. But the wise, they keep mystery alive. Why? Because information is leverage, and humans are addicted to curiosity. The less people know, the more they obsess. Even dating psychology proves this. Studies show people find you more attractive when you leave some details uncertain. It's called the curiosity gap. Here's the trick. Don't be a locked vault, but don't be an open diary either. Speak in layers. Share just enough to hook people, but never so much that they can fully predict you. And stick around, because later I'll show you the one rare time when revealing everything can make you untouchable. Law 4, the ends justify the means. Here's where people flinch. But let's be honest, the world doesn't reward effort, it rewards results. History doesn't celebrate the most moral, it celebrates the most effective. Caesar, Napoleon, Rockefeller, none of them played fair, but they won, and so history remembers them as great. Moral purity sounds nice, but it doesn't pay rent. You don't get extra credit for suffering the right way. You get credit for finishing the job. Here's the lesson. Stop worshiping the path. Focus on the outcome, because once you win, people quickly forget the shortcuts you took. And if they don't, secretly they wish they had the guts to do the same. Law 5. Fortune favors the bold. You've probably seen this happen before. You wait, you overthink, you plan, and then someone dumber than you takes action first and wins. Why? Because the bold set the stage. The timid wait for permission. Psychology calls this the status quo bias. People naturally stick with whoever acts first because the brain hates uncertainty. The bold create certainty, and everyone else just falls in line. Look at Elon Musk. Half the time people say he's crazy, but boldness turns crazy into genius once it works. So here's the harsh reality. Boldness beats perfection every single time. Law 6. Be the lion and the fox. The lion scares enemies, the fox outsmarts them. To win long-term, you need both. If you're only strong, you'll be tricked. If you're only clever, you'll be crushed. But balance them, and you become unstoppable. Machiavelli himself wrote, "A prince must be both the lion and the fox." Modern translation, don't just fight with fists, fight with brains. The CEO who fires half the staff without flinching? Lion, the one who convinces those same employees to thank him while walking out? Fox, the masters are both. Law 7. Gratitude fades, self-interest remains. Do 100 favors, people will thank you once and forget. But make yourself useful to their future, they'll never let you go. This is why gratitude is weak leverage. Self-interest is eternal leverage. Psychology backs this. Reciprocity bias fades quickly. People feel grateful in the moment, but it doesn't bind them for long. But if your presence benefits them every day, they can't afford to cut you off. So don't expect loyalty for your kindness. Anchor yourself to their self-interest. That way they'll always keep you close. Now wait. Virtue as a costume society doesn't reward actual goodness. It rewards the appearance of goodness. Think of every scandal where a saintly figure gets exposed. People are shocked because they only saw the mask. But that mask was enough to get them power. And if you refuse to wear the costume, someone else will, and they'll outshine you. This isn't about being fake. It's about knowing the game. Play it or be played. Law 9. Attack. First life punishes hesitation. The one who strikes first sets the rules, defines the frame, and forces everyone else to react. This doesn't just mean violence. It's words, strategy, business, relationships. Think about boxing. The one who lands the first punch controls the rhythm. Same in life. Don't wait until it's safe. By then, the game is already decided. Law 10. Make yourself necessary. Here's the cold truth. You're not kept around because job security. It's not about loyalty. It's about being too valuable to replace. Relationships, same rule. That's why some bosses stay in power forever despite being hated. Remove them and the system collapses. So if you want power, make yourself necessary. Not liked, necessary. Law 11. Control the story. Reality matters less than the story people believe. That's why rumors destroy reputations faster than truth can repair them. Why PR teams exist. Why news outlets get to decide who's the villain and who's the hero. Here's a secret. Your life already runs on stories. The story people tell about you, the story you tell about yourself, the story society tells about success. Don't waste your life arguing reality. Rewrite the story. That's where real power lives. Law 12. The ultimate game changer. This is the one you've been waiting for. The final law. The greatest power isn't in domination, it's in understanding. Because once you truly understand people, their fears, desires, insecurities, you don't need to force them. You can guide them, influence them without resistance. Every law we've covered, masks, fear, boldness, strategy, they all collapse if you don't understand the human heart. But once you do, the world stops being random. It becomes predictable. That's when you stop reacting to life and start writing it. Here's the truth. Wisdom only works if you use it. These laws aren't just for kings or rulers. They're for you, for your career, your relationships, your future. Test them. Watch how they play out. And if you want to keep learning strategies like this, raw psychology and philosophy that most people will never see, hit subscribe right now. Because this is just the beginning.